I used to wish upon a star, but stars can't hear, they're much too far. Instead I've learned to wish upon a star.
Hey beautiful soul stars, welcome into Starlight, Starbright, Oracle and Tarot. I hope you're all well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you and your loved ones. Okay, so this is for those people who are ascending or who have been striving to ascend for the Ascension Soul Stars. Okay, so the download that I receive is you are being activated. There are new timelines opening up that you need to be jumping onto. And to do this, you need to elevate your vibration. You need to shut yourself off from what is currently going on in the world, is what I'm getting, and to live in your own little bubble. Oh, it's interesting, yeah, live in your own little bubble for a while. Switch it all off and only indulge in those things that raise your vibration and raise your spirit, because it's time to let go of the old and because it's time to let go of the old and worn out patterns of your life in order that you can jump on a timeline. So so you can't, the divine can't just put you onto a new timeline without it affecting you mentally if you are still seeing what you're seeing in the world. This is pretty out there, okay? If you see, so it's almost like all of a sudden there's no war, all war comes to an end. You know, that means you're on a new timeline, but it's too much of a fracture and a break. It's too much of a leap. So it has to be a gradual process. So you have to pull yourself away from old patterns of your own behavior, but also pull yourself away from your old life and start creating a new one. And it is a super full moon. And this is a really good opportunity to reflect and to release all of these patterns. And don't let people, you know, you need to let go of people that are holding you in a lower vibration. Even if you're kind of having fun with these people and passing the time with them, you know, you need to sort of put yourself on a more spiritual path, onto God's path. You need to, follow your, your spirit. You need to listen to your intuition. You need to listen to your higher self, is what I'm getting to say to you. So you're being activated, and now is a very powerful activation time with the with this super moon, the harvest moon. People are going to reap what they've sown, and you don't want to be like tarnished with the same brush, is what I'm getting as well. You don't want to be complicit by indulging people and situations or your own behaviors that are keeping you off your spiritual path. Is what, wow, that's a big speech. So we'll get started. So yeah, you're being activated. You may be in different stages of your awakening. You may be in the chaos mode and feeling paranoid, feeling like you're losing everything. And when that things slip away from us, we tend to grip more tightly, become obsessed with not losing what we feel slipping away. But if you feel something slipping away from you, just let go. Just let go. Just imagine yourself, there's a long rope and all of those things that are trying to drag you down into the chasm. Just let go. Not of a person. Don't imagine that of a person though. But just all of the things, And we can't save people if they don't want to be saved, to use kind of a biblical term. I don't really like that term of saving people, but yeah, there's certain people who just can't come with you, and that's it. And we don't always know who they are. And those people who are meant to come with you, let them go so that they can find their way, is what I'm getting. So yeah, you're being activated. Now's a very powerful time with this super moon. And we need to kind of avert our eyes from the darkness and towards the light so we can get onto these new timelines. Because if there's too big a jump, that's when we get Mandela effects. That's when we actually see the shift happening, and a lot of people can't cope with that mentally. That's a mental break. Can occur. You can't see what you're not ready to see. So for some it'll be a gradual process. For those it may be a jump. You may just go, oh wow, this is different, but you're okay with that, you can cope with it. Sounds a bit, I know this sounds so out there, doesn't it? Even for me. Okay, let's get on with the reading. So, oh my God, awakening, and look at that elevation. I've got chills all over me. Wow, when the cards do that, it actually scares me a little bit. You're very powerful. You're meditating, elevating. Some of you may even, because you're doing a lot of breath work and pushing that breath into tight muscles, and it's like when you squeeze yourself together like this really hard, or between a door, your arms float up. You can actually do that with breath work through your body, and some of you may even levitate. So don't freak out if you do, okay? Yes. So energetic upgrades. So there's upgrades, new timelines coming in. This is a very powerful time. And you're not wanting to jump on a new timeline because where you are, you're afraid or whatever. You're not afraid. You just need to be on a different timeline because you have work to do that is important. You have work to do. You're finding yourself in a situation where it doesn't matter who you meet, you're just kind of like knowing that there's nothing here for you to do anymore. Like the people you're coming across just feels like, those shadows on Plato's cave. So, you're crawling out of that cave because you need to be with people, or you need to be, in another world. Okay, you need to be in another place in time where you can actually be your most good for yourself and for others. People who are wanting to ascend, but they don't, but it hasn't begun, sort of like novices. It's like you're going to help to initiate people who are willing souls on this path of light. Wow, okay, wow, that's a lot, isn't it? A new way of being, a new way of being. So this card's just summed up everything I've said. And integration. So integration is integrating those timelines, and that's what I was saying before. It can't be a big jump, otherwise, we all get that Mandela effect madness. So awakening. Wow, that is phenomenal. Yeah. Oh, and on the bottom, break the chain. This is exactly, oh my God, thank you, Divine. Oh my God, I'm getting my mojo back. Oh well, thank you. You're getting your mojo back, Divine ones. Oh my God, yeah, break the chain. You have to break those old habits. You have to identify them. And that can be hard sometimes because we have to admit we can't be anyone but who we are. And if we are better with some people than we are with others, bringing out the best or the worst in each other, no matter who they are, if you're around people who are elevating you, then that's what this is all about. Breaking the chains from the lower vibrational energies that don't serve you, that make you feel bad about yourself, that keep you down. Even yourself, your own thinking patterns and emotional patterns. Time to release them. It's time to sweep with a new broom. So, in a temple, going deep within. So, and, we need to follow God. We need to follow Spirit. We need to follow the light. We can't yearn for things that don't serve us just because we feel a certain way. We feel rejected, lonely, neglected. These are things we need to work on and find that inner peace within our inner temple, going within. Devotion, time to be devoted to self, to Spirit. It's time to, follow a divine path. Tune into the portal of your heart. So, elevation, moving into new portals, moving into new timelines. It's following that heart. It's clearing the heart. It's just forgiving, realizing people played their part, no matter how cruel or how base or how shocking their behaviors are. It's, and these could be people close to you. It's time to let go. And if you can't forgive, just clear your heart of the anger, of that energy that is blocking your way forward, because it's all about your heart energy. Like, people place too much importance on enlightenment and crown and art, third eye. I mean, third eye is for people who are psychic and all of those things. But the heart chakra is actually the most important chakra. Your heart is the most important organ. And your brain is second. And the problem is we obsess with our brain and we neglect our hearts. So that's for someone out there. So I'll keep that one as well. Oh, answer the call. They just keep coming. Yeah, answer the call. You need to answer the call. That was another reading. What is your soul? What is your higher self calling you to do? Oh my goodness, chills, chills, chills. I'm loving this. This is amazing. All this affirmation. Yeah, all this affirmation. So we'll get some tarot. So awakening, energetic upgrades. The super moon, you know, full moons are a wonderful time for cleansing, letting go of the old, bringing in the new, preparing for the new, preparing yourself. Oh God, I'm getting Brides of Christ now, but that's a little bit out there for me. But you know, that kind of idea. You don't have to be kind of that. But, oh, you can, sorry. I think that makes me feel uncomfortable, sorry, Spirit. That kind of is a little bit too far for me. But yeah, but Brides of Christ, you know who you are, and that's wonderful for you. And in a way, I have my own way of being that, following that path, answering the call, listening to your higher self, your soul, to God, to the Ascended Masters, angels, ancient ones, past over loved ones, the all. They all like to get a mention. Yeah, I give you credit for everything. It's all right. Oh, I feel like chill. I feel like I'm being hugged. God, you're all gonna think I'm insane. I'm really not. Or am I? Maybe. Oh, yeah, 9 of Cups. You're going it alone. You know, you're going to be very happy. You're all good on your own. This is what you need. You're all good on your own. You're not going out searching. You know, you're sitting there all happy. You know, this is Pisces energy, it's psychic energy, and see all the cups are at the crown. So, you know, all these messages coming through, but all the love that you're receiving from the divine. Feel it. Know it's there. Open yourself up to it. And never feel lonely again. Yeah. Better to be alone and ascending in this light, in this cups energy, but also all this emotion as well. You're learning to balance these emotions. You're learning to fulfill yourself. You know, your cup runneth over. There's a lot of biblical stuff going on here. This is biblical. This is biblical. Yeah, entering this portal. See, you know, this cave portal, you know, and then we have another portal opening. So, you know, there's a portal, and look at that, that sphere. You know, like it's like something's coming, but it's good for those who want to follow the path. And it's not about, like, people talk about the rapture. It's not about being who's left behind and who's moving ahead and all of this kind of thing. It's more like, you know, we're all at different levels of our soul, of our and the soul goes on forever if you want it to. It's up to you. Ultimately, I'm getting the message to tell you. But, you know, that's kind of what's going on here. It's not that people are worthy and not worthy. It's not that some are chosen and not chosen. We're all chosen for different reasons, for different, you know, some of the worst people can be more chosen and in the light than people who think that they're chosen. You see what I'm saying? Because they're here to do a job, to wake us up, to give us rude awakenings. Because some of us tough rebels who've grown up hard, you know, grown up with a lot of violence and difficulty, you know, we're skeptics. We don't trust anything or anyone. So, you know, it's kind of like sometimes we get the worst of people coming to us to wake us up. And often we call them evil. Maybe they are. But, you know, it's evil acting through them, possibly. They've got their own path to follow. I can't explain why, you know, who these evil people are. I think people who pray to the devils and wish ill on others, and they deliberately, consciously do shit to hurt people and enjoy it. Now, they're demons. When you've got people who just have, you know, they're just acting out because they've been through brutal things and difficult things, You know, we often see these people coming, the worst of people, coming to the light. How many people go to prison and pick up that Bible and come out changed, you know? So anyway, yeah, 9. So 9 is about solitude. You need to be meditating, you need to be praying, you need to be elevating, and putting your goodwill out there as well into the world. But, you know, the divine already knows that your heart is in the right place, is what I'm getting to say to you as well. Like, the divine knows your heart. So, you know, it's not selfish to want to elevate the self, because you will draw the people, you know, your soul crew will be drawn up with you. So, and we have a King of Pentacles here, breaking the chain. So breaking away from things that are toxic, breaking, you know, large corporations, money. You know, this person's all about the money. It's all very material. If you're with a King of Pentacles, or have been with Kings of Pentacles, or indulged yourself in the King of Pentacles world, you know, you look back and realize how hollow it is. But these people, they love you with their money. You know, they love you by providing. You know, they're providers and stability. But we can't be with people for stability, for being provided for, you know, because we have to learn to cleanse out those emotions and become stable unto ourselves. Also, you could have some kind of, because it says here, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. So you could enter into a business which brings healing, which helps others to break the chains, you know, offering you guidance and your support and your stories. But also your ancestors are here as well. You may have an ancestor who was very wealthy, who had money, who had status, but then maybe it was lost. The chain was broken. It was lost, you know, like, it's almost like, you know, these could be great-grandparents who were very well-to-do, but then the next generation screwed it. And you're now breaking that chain of poverty that was triggered in a couple of generations ago, or the last generation, or something like that as well. You're going to be very financially stable, so don't worry about money. That's the thing, you just stop worrying about everything. And that's a great place to be. But you're breaking a chain with materialism. And that doesn't mean that you're going to have nothing and walk the streets, because we don't live on that timeline where you can really do that and be an effective person and helping and assisting people. So, you know, but you're not coveting it, you're not wanting it, you're not it just comes to you. Like, you're going to be comfortable. If you are, you know, teetering on being broke, on perhaps losing your home, know that if you're listening to this and got this far, that's not going to happen. And if it does, you'll bounce back quickly. So, you know, because the divine doesn't want their earth angels, their ascending ones, their soul lights, solar lights, solar. So it could be something else. Yeah, I know. So it could be something there to do with solar lights, solar electricity, or whatever. Solar, the sun. Doesn't want our angels of light to fall to a point where you're of no good to anyone. That's not going to happen. So, and that battery's going to go flat again. Wow. The energy, so much energy in the room. Hi, I just changed my battery. But yeah, the 5 of Wands fell out. So yeah, things are very competitive, things are very chaotic. And while I was changing my battery, I was getting messages saying that some of you will elect to stay on this timeline, to be on the front lines, because you are ready for battle. Like, you know, you have that strength to carry on, to be the leader, to lead people out of chaos, to be in the chaos and for it not to affect you. And then there's some of you that, you know, you're kind of like worn out with it, like you've been through so many battles already and you've done a good job, and you're worn out. Your timeline's, you know, you can elect. So that, you know, you can be something to do with elections. But yeah, you can elect to go on to another timeline. Some of you will just go on to another timeline, and that might confuse you. You might think, oh, why am I on another timeline? I wouldn't have minded going into battle, you know. Like, some people are really, you know, gives them strength when they go into battle. Yeah, it's because whatever you've done here, yeah, like I said before, there's something else for you to, where, you need to be somewhere else. This could be literally you're moving as well from one town to another, because you need to be somewhere else now. You've learned what you've needed to learn here. You've exhausted it, and you've really come to realize that you are a shining light amongst like people who aren't awake. Like you're walking amongst the sleeping and you're not benefiting anyone. So there's, tune into the portal of your heart here, rising above the chaos. There's people who cause a lot of trouble in your life. Somebody who, they bring out the worst, have brought out the worst of you with this King of Pentacles. Time to let go, time to let them go. Yeah. Oh yeah, who've confused you. Yeah, exactly. Gaslighted you. Confused you. They're probably confused as well. They're probably confused. You're going to have people who are very confused by the change in you as well, because your change is going to seem like it's overnight. Like, not only are you understanding who you need to be, but you're actually walking, you're walking the walk, talking the talk, walking the walk. Yeah. So, and look, we have the world. So, yeah, closing out a chapter, awakening, breaking the chains, starting a new chapter. Did I say about putting yourself in a bubble at the beginning of the reading? There you go, you're in a bubble. Dancing to the tune of your own drum, cleansing, devotion. This is a new chapter beginning in your life. And you can't be sad for the change. Like sometimes we're addicted to where we are, because that's all we've ever known. So it can be a little bit scary when everything starts to go well. This is an end of a cycle and a beginning of a new one. So that's very interesting. So, and on the bottom, judgment, yeah, awakening, awakening, yeah. Yeah, and this has come up again, Seven of Cups with this King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're gaslight, they're dark, negative energy. They're wanting to hold you down as well. Maybe you're afraid you're going to have to give up your comforts and live in a cave. No, you'll have what you need so that you can feel fulfilled. Nine of Cups. You'll have your fulfillment. But yeah, it can be challenging. It's a challenging road. Like it's, but it's to teach you to let go of the fear. And have faith, walk in faith. If you have fear or worry about anything, then your faith is not solid. So, yeah, Page of Pentacles, new beginning, that kind of thing as well. There could be somebody watching you, but you're going to enter this new portal. You're going to enter this portal, and that's the thing. You could have people coming out of the woodwork. Because some of us are in Saturn return mode, that you're going to get, people coming out of the woodwork to try and pull you back, lure you, being lured by all the shiny, pretty things. But you kind of never were materialistic. You like comfort, you enjoy materialism, but you understand it's all a means to an end. You're going to have that money to put food in your mouth for you and your children and, that kind of thing. So just a couple of these and we'll finish. But yeah, judgment. And this person, the people who've tried to hurt you, harm you, gaslight you, people who've really tried to stop you from elevating and growing, people who project onto you, because that's what the Seven of Cups is. They're being put under judgment. They think you're delusional, but they're the delusional ones. That's the other thing. You become so clear about your path, you just go, well, I'm just going to follow God's path, and that's it. Religion is an us against them. The Christians feel like they're being, persecuted, but you're not the only ones. All religions are being persecuted because, the temple of Satan, they want you to follow them, and if you don't follow them, then they're going to crush you. So, but you don't have to be religious to follow God, even though a lot of people will say differently. Anyway, that's just for someone out there, so have your own faith. And know that you're protected and loved. Yeah, maple spirit, generosity here. And that's the other thing too, being generous. Sharing what you have, sharing your knowledge, sharing your pain, stories of pain and what is it? And survival with others, to give them strength. And maple here as well is something to do with Canada. That's coming down on the King of Pentacles as well. So autumn here is, but look at all the orbs and the starlight, star bright. Oh, 23. I did a reading way back with the number 23. You know, 23 is the number of evil. People with life path 23s, they're either gurus of light or they're Satan themselves. Oh, you've been given the strength, ancient oak, ancient ancestors. You're going to be feeling stronger and stronger every day, but you need to put in the devotional time. And, you know, it's time to also cleanse yourself, eat better. You know, careful what you're putting into your mind. That's, you know, like if you're swayed by rage baiting or, you know, whatever, you know, you need to... Yeah, you need to get out of those energies of listening to people filled with hate, filled with people, you know, full of anger, that is going to just trigger you into the same vibe, which lowers your energy and vibration. It's kind of, yeah, you know, you need to get to a point where you can look at this stuff and just go, you know, yeah, that's just rage bait to keep people's energy down. So you're being given the strength of an oak, and look, a portal, a golden portal here opening within a temple, you know, rising away, sanctuary from the chaos too, you know, partnerships as well. Twos are all about decisions. You make the decision, it's your decision, stay in the chaos, but you need to know you can handle it and help others, or you have somewhere else to be. Moving to this temple, up the staircase to another portal, so, you know, through one door and then up the stairs and into another door is kind of what's happening here. And there's this beautiful orb of light. Oh! Activation. Full circle. That's the reading. We're done. Spirit guardian of spring, activation. The swan, 36369. Tesla, free electricity for all. Activation. You're being activated. So whatever I've said in this reading, passage. You're being given passage to a new timeline, to a new world, to a new way of being. If you choose to be on this timeline and stay here because you're curious about how it's all going to end up, then, you know, you have to have the strength of an oak, be grounded. You know, you have to be generous with yourself. You can no longer look at people and go, oh my God, you know, and judge them. You can't judge others for anything because, you know, everyone's playing their part. But yeah, activation. So autumn to spring could be important here as well. And see, we've got the world card, you know, going around the circuitry, being energized. Yeah, you're going to start feeling on top of the world, and you're given passage to the light, you know, to the light. And this is, yeah, growth. So, you know, that's beautiful. A couple of tea leaves maybe, just, so are there any warnings here for the people listening? You know, what do they have to watch out for in all of this? Dog. Protection from a powerful friend. So, you know, the powerful friend that you're being protected, you could have a protection dog or something like that or whatever, but protection from a powerful friend, you know, your powerful friend is the divine, is the light of God, are the ascended masters, you know, like, you know, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, you know, your ancestors. You are protected. But also in the 3D, there could be somebody who is very powerful coming into your life, who is very generous, who wouldn't dream of gaslighting you, hurting you, harm you. You just, you know, so there could be a partnership coming in here where you kind of, that person is more materialistic, like they've got heaps of money, but not necessarily materialistic. They could be Canadian. Yeah. But yeah, mice, discord among friends and family. So we have discord. So, you know, maybe that's the thing too. Maybe you're worried you're going to be leaving your family behind. Maybe they're not vibing at the same level as you. Maybe you behaved badly and triggered them. Maybe there are problems there. But you need to let the divine resolve that. You're kind of in a place where there's nothing you can do, and doing something is just going to keep you in a loop of argument because they're not ready to talk, you're not ready to talk or listen, or vice versa. Or maybe you are, but you just already in your mind understand that it doesn't matter what you're going to say, they're going to kind of attack you, and there's a risk there that you're going to lose your vibration, that you're going to sink lower. Because when we deal with family and people we love and things aren't going well, you know, we do slump, don't we? But you can't, because they're playing their part too. You know, we have to let go. So, you know, let go of the worry with mice as well. And also mice spirit. You know, mice are they're very, you know, one, they're really smart. Two, what do you call it? Resourceful. Yeah, they're very, very resourceful. So you're going to be given the resources you need. I think I was trying to say that before. And boat, money or property through an inheritance, winning or windfall. So you could be moving. You're going to get money. You're going to get the money you need to move. For those who, you know, are moving to another town where you have things to do, where you can be effective. Yeah, where you can shine your light bright and people aren't going to try and put it out. Oh, look at that. And there's the moon. There's the super moon. And it says, changes in your life. And I'm going to end it there, because what more can I say? Yeah, it's like, and it's interesting, the boat is taking you to another world. It's taking you to another place, taking you to some of us to another, oh, I don't know about us. I'm happy to stay and fight. You know, I like the idea of going into battle, not to be, you know, angry or anything like that, but just to, you know, lead. I don't know. I don't know why I'm saying that. Oh God, my ego needs work. Oh dear. Yeah, so, you know, you're going to have everything you need, and you're going to be moving to somewhere else, and you'll have the money, you'll have the resources, everything. So whether that's a spiritual new level or whether that's physical, you know, mind, body, soul. And there, the moon, the super moon. That's beautiful. Okay, good luck, warriors of light. My heart is with you all. Love you. Bye.